Fire on a ship can be very devastating. That's why this course, FPFF, is a basic safety training course which every individual must complete before he can join any ship or any floating or offshore platform. FPFF, Fire Prevention and Firefighting course. This is module 2, fire, its occurrences, its sustenance, and extinguishing fire. This is the chapter 1 of this module 2. Why does the fire occur? So in this chapter we'll learn why does the fire occur at all and what is needed for the fire to occur. All right. It's good to know about the instructor and the author. This is a little write-up about myself. You can read it and know who is the person who is giving you lectures, giving you instructions. Learning must is a joyful experience. So you must enjoy and learn the things. So let's go ahead, enjoy the course. What would you say if I ask you, does a solid material like wood, cotton, shirt, synthetic trouser catch fire? Or does a liquid like petrol, cooking oil catches fire? You will say, of course. What is the question? Everybody knows. In, indeed, we know what material catches fire. Well, really? Are you sure that the wood catches fire? Or your it is the cotton shirt which catches fire? Let us see. Not really. Not really. Only vapors catch fire. Remember that. Solids or liquids do not catch fire. It's only the vapors which catch fire. Yes, these vapors are given off by the solids and the liquids. Understood? So it is necessary the vapors which can catch fire are present for a fire to take place in certain percentage. These vapors are called flammable or inflammable vapors. Then why does wood and petrol, which are not vapors, catch fire? Because wood or petrol gives off flammable vapors when they are heated up. These flammable vapors catch fire actually, not the wood itself, but the vapors given off by the wood catches fire. That is why wood chips catch fire comparatively faster, quicker, earlier than a solid log of wood, which needs higher temperature or more times to give off sufficient vapors which will catch fire. Understood? Clear, no? So what else is needed for the fire to occur apart from the flammable vapors, which must be present in sufficient quantity? Oxygen. Yes, that is correct. Oxygen is required for the fire to begin. If oxygen is not present, fire cannot begin. Or if oxygen is removed, fire will extinguish. Simple as that. Because oxygen is necessary. Vapors and oxygen are the two components which will cause the fire to begin. Anything else? Yes, indeed. Mere presence of oxygen and a flammable material together will not cause fire, we know. Oxygen is always present everywhere, and flammable material is always present everywhere. Fire doesn't begin. Third source is required, that is the heat or ignition. Also, we need some percentage of oxygen, minimum percent of oxygen, so that fire can actually begin or fire can sustain. What is that percentage? How much is that percentage? That is approximately 12%. 11.8 it is, but 12% of oxygen must be there or more. How much is maximum? 21.8, 20.8%. And we know in atmosphere. So at least minimum 12% of oxygen must be present for the fire to begin or to sustain. Anytime we can reduce the oxygen percentage in the environment and that particular area below 12%, fire will extinguish, even if the material is present, even if the heat is present. All right? Oxygen and a flammable material together will not cause fire. I just told you, we all know, unless flammable material gives off sufficient vapors and those vapors reach a temperature, it's called flash point, at which they will ignite or burn. Therefore, presence of flammable vapors at or above its flash point and the presence of oxygens are the two components to begin fire. Flammable vapors will be present when the flammable material is either heated or a source of ignition is present, which will ignite the vapors which are present. For example, solid does not give off vapor at a normal temperature, but a liquid always gives off vapor. Wherever a liquid is present, its vapor will always be present, but certain ratio. So now we have learned that there are three things required for a fire to begin. What are those? Flammable vapor given off by the flammable material, oxygen more than 12%, and source of ignition. This source of ignition will ignite the vapors if already present in certain quantity, or the source of ignition should be enough to raise the temperature of the material, flammable material, to give off sufficient flammable vapors. All right. So three things are required. These three things together forms what is commonly called a fire triangle. So we have flammable material, oxygen, and a source of ignition. When these three combine, fire will occur. Fire will take place. Naturally, it means it's so obvious looking at the fire triangle. If any of the sides of the triangle is removed, fire will also extinguish. You remove the source of ignition. Means reduce the temperature of the fire. So no more flammable vapors are given off. Or if they, let's say, your cylinder, your cooking cylinder gas is leaking, that means flammable material has to be removed. Source of ignition can also be removed. What you do? If fire has already occurred, then source of ignition cannot be removed. Now, so only two things can be removed. Flammable material, that is gas. That what you do, you cover it with a towel, or oxygen. You shut off your kitchen door, shut off your exhaust fan. After some time, fire will extinguish because all the oxygen will be consumed. The moment fire oxygen comes down below 12%, oxygen fire will stop. So if a cylinder, cooking cylinder has caught fire, the best is cover it with a towel. Wet towel is little better. Otherwise, any towel, you just cover it up. Okay. And we'll learn there are many other things which as we go forward, we will learn. Remember, once a fire is established, a chemical reaction sets in. A chemical reaction sets in. It's called a chain reaction. As the flammable vapor burn, more heat is given off, which ensures availability of more vapors. Because flammable material will continue to give off vapor or flammable liquid. As long as sufficient oxygen is available, fire will continue to spread. Fire is a chemical reaction, an exothermic reaction. What is an exothermic reaction? It gives off heat by virtue of the chemical reaction. So in the fire, heat is given off in this chemical reaction. Therefore, we can say for the fire to occur, flammable material, actually it's vapor, oxygen, and a source of ignition is required. And fire, this to begin the fire. When the fire has begun, for the fire to sustain itself and spread further, a chain reaction sets in which causes rapid expansion of fire because this chemical reaction is sustained. As previously informed in earlier chapter, earlier module, every 30 seconds, approximately, fire doubles in its size, provided all three components continue to be present. All right. Okay. Any question? Put it in the comments. I will reply. Okay. This chemical reaction gives off heat and light and is called fourth element of the fire triangle. So actually making it a fire quadrangle. Hmm. So for fire triangle is just for your basic understanding, but your deep understanding is actually there are four elements. Three, flammable material, oxygen, source of ignition or heat. Fourth is chain reaction. It is the fourth element, chain reaction, which is responsible for the rapid spread of the fire. Okay, this is the way fire is spread. Simple. Any question? Again, write in the comment. Write to me. I will. So this is the end of this module. Short one, short and sweet. I hope you get benefited with these training videos explained in simple language for the ship's crew. Do spread the word amongst your shipmates on ship and also ashore. Write to your companies. These are simple modules. Anytime you can watch. More often do you watch, better it is. So this is the end of module 2, chapter 1. Why does the fire occur? Now we will learn in the next module, next chapter 2 or module 2, sustenance, spread of fire and extinguishing it. So it's a work in progress till the time I prepare the module 2, chapter 2. You can learn about the Guru Dakshina. What is Guru Dakshina? It's a Sanskrit term. It is a voluntary contribution as per the wishes of the disciple. Disciple is the person who is learning and is offered to his guru. His guru is his instructor, his teacher, his coach, on his or her free will. Amount can be as little as 1 cent. So you can go to the PayPal, drop me off whatever is your Shraddha, you believe, you feel like, to DCEPROF, Delta, Charlie, Echo, Papa, Romeo, Oscar, Foxtrot. That's my simple address. Okay. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it, learned it. Thank you. Have a good day.